Hi everyone! So, we want to tell you a meaningful and interesting story
About someone who proves to you that some of the most beautiful things in the world can come to you when you least expect it.
And that person happens to be my grandfather's. So, we're gonna talk about my grandfather's love story.
his second love story.
I forgot about that. Anyways, his name is Joko Sabar Untoro, but people usually call him Mbah Joko.
But we three of us already call him Mbahkung.
Right.
Yes, and he's also 69 years old, right?
Yeah, and he actually lives in Solo, but sometimes he goes back to his village, gardening, walking around the fields, and helping his wife around the house.
And we've met him before, like Zain and I already know Mbahkung.
Yes, he's not a stranger to us, but we not really knew him, like beyond the surface.
Right, and even for me, even though I'm his grandchild, his past life, his love story, it's not exactly a dinner table conversations, right?
Yes, and it's actually Zain who suggested to us to interview him, right?
Yes, I just thought that why not? Why don't we just interview her grandfather?
And I immediately said yes because Mbahkung is actually has this whole part 2 love story, and we don't really know about the full story behind it, so yeah.
Yeah, we know, but not for the details.
Yeah, so basically we got nosy, right?
Yes, very nosy because yeah, and thankfully, like Mbahkung is really open about that.
Okay, so some context first. After his wife passed, Mbahkung said something that really stuck with me. He said, even in marriage full of friction and disagreement, you don't realize how much that person fills space around you until they're gone.
Yeah, you're right. We're thinking the same thing.
Yes, exactly. He was lonely, and it was his own kin who said, "Pa, maybe it's time."
Yeah, and remember when Bakung said that he had one condition when he wanted someone from the village, which is simple, grounded, no fuss, and just the way they are?
And that's which is really him. And so a friend introduced my grandfathers to someone which is now my grandmothers, and they were started getting to know each other slowly, and he really liked her, and then because she is really open-hearted, she's understanding, and also she never differentiated his children and his grandchildren as her own.
So we asked him the question, what's it like falling in love at 60s compared to when we were young?
And he laughed even before he answered our question.
Yeah, he said dulu itu
Cinta monyet.
or in other words, young love is full of butterflies and idealism, but love now it's apa adanya. You see each other as you really are, and you choose each other anyway.
Yes, and that's honestly got me. But then he also said it wasn't without each challenge. Like there was this push and pull called kucing-kucingan. Like neither of them are fully sure yet.
And then he did what he felt right. So he prayed to God, he do sholat istighfar, right?
Yes.
And yeah, he's basically just asking to God whether God, is this the right path for me? Is this really my destiny? Something like that.
And eventually, the answer was yes.
Yeah.
This is the part of the interview where things got interesting.
The courtship era of Mbahkung was eventful.
Yeah, so during one of his visits to Uti's house, he got kicked out by Uti's younger brother. It's like, straight up, you need sleep. No, I don't like you.
Yes, and not everyone was immediately on board with this man showing up at Uti's house.
Right, and also I remember one of his trip to see Uti, and then he's just so distracted, and then he ran straight into a traffic sign. Gosh, oh my gosh.
My God, lovesick and not paying attention.
Understandable.
Totally understandable.
Yes, but the most dramatic part is when Uti's brother threatened to kill him.
Right, threatened to kill him. It's literally 4 words that was really scary for us to hear.
And remember, he still showed up every time in front of Mbahkung's face.
Yes, but Finally, they're
got married. They happily married after, and yeah.
and then there's this moment like called swap swap.
Yeah, it's so romantic.
At the end of the interview, we asked, what would you say to someone who's scared to start over after losing someone they love?
And he didn't even pause his answer directly.
Yes, he said, jangan ngelokro, means that don't give up. Don't let yourself collapse under the weight of grief.
Yes, and don't forget to ask God for guidance. Like, don't let the past harm your future.
Yeah. And then he also added that if we're gonna look for someone like for our soulmate, something like that, just don't forget about bibit bebet bobot. Its character, background, and values. It's basically the Japanese wisdom, like we already know it, but it still holds, guys. So don't forget to check their bibit bebet and bobot. I've known Mbahkung my entire whole life, but I never knew that he carried story like this. And what surprised me the most was how he openly talked about loneliness, like there's no shame and no hesitation in his voice. And the part that stayed with me is when he said love now is apa adanya. So yeah, there's no performance, no pretending that we need to do I think that's actually what love is really supposed to look like.
Before the interview, I honestly didn't know what to expect. But when he described the silence after losing his wife, that was the moment I really felt it. And his message about not giving up, it stayed with me long after we finished. Grief doesn't mean you stop. It just means you have to be brave enough to begin again.
I was the one who suggested this interview, but on impulse. And actually, I didn't expect to be this moved by it. And what struck me wasn't just the drama, but he kept going through all of this through up and downs in his love story. And instead of reckless, he was certain. And the certainty came from prayer, reflection, and really knowing what he was looking for. And that's all that I'll carry with me.
Mbahkung Djoko didn't plan for a second captain.
But life gave him one anyway, complete with near-death threats, a traffic sign, and a whole lot of grace.
And perhaps that's the whole point. It's never too late to begin again.